Hey, what's going on, folks? Tito here. Wanted to do a top whatever video for 2018. I didn't get to do one last year because, yeah, I moved. Now, what I wanted to do was pretty much flood your timelines, like no BS. I was going to do a top X for this, top X for this, top X for this. Reached out to the guys and they're like, no, that's pretty stupid. Don't do that. Don't do that. I was like, fine. All right. So I just jumbled all this stuff together and I'm about to put it up. Let me see if I can finish this. It's been a while since I did a video. Yeah, 2018 for me in videos was like, what, 6, 7? That's because there's like nowhere to hunt here. Now, yeah, what I wanted to, before I get to that, I wanted to throw a plug, and it's a very, very cool plug. So Saturday, December 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern, and Sunday, December 16th at 5 p.m. Eastern, on the Great Legends Show, Edwin and a bunch of other folks are going to do an auction for the Hero Initiative, right? And I think it's a great way to give back to those that gave a lot of joy, I guess, maybe joy in our lives, possibly put us in debt. Let's not think about the bad stuff right now. Yeah, so 100% of the profits, or the money that is raised for this raffle, and there's going to be a lot of raffles going on, not raffles, auctions going on. They're all going to the Hero Initiative, and nobody's profiting anything from that. So I think that's super cool. Edwin Street Comics, and that's cool of you. Very thoughtful to do that, especially during the holiday season. So that's cool. Now I'm going to start off with X23. Thought it was kind of fitting for Toys R Us exclusive. I've actually been hunting this bad boy for a hot minute, and ironically or oddly enough, a week before my Toys R Us closed, I happened to find this. So super happy. Now, some of the covers, again, I did not want to flood or make this video like 80,000 minutes long. Some of the covers that I absolutely love this year, now I'm not going to lie to you, all of them are from DC. Those, you know, DC variants, those are some badass. I could literally do like a top 10 by those DC variants. But so this is actually number 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it right. Catwoman number 4, Addie Granoff. Just a beautiful. I mean, this thing is sexy. In my honest opinion, it beats that Josh Milton one. But yeah, this thing is super, super, super cool. And then this one right here. Was it Deathstroke versus Batman number 30, or is it Deathstroke number 30? I done forgot. Whatever, right? Just a super awesome Tina cover. And I wanted to shout out AB Comics because I missed a chance at that time. My LCS here didn't sell any of the variant comics, but they started now picking it up. So thank you, AB Comics. I really appreciate it. And out of the whole DC variant line, this is going to come out of left field because I usually don't collect this particular character. But my number 1, and I would have brought him out. However, some of y'all seen my comic room, and that's just a disaster in there. Like the comic gods, or somebody just threw up comics and statues and display cases everywhere. So what is it called? Green Lantern and the Green Lantern Corps number 45 by Tyler Kirkham. That's actually my favorite cover from DC line. Next ones are, the next two are books that I actually found out of town while I was on work, and I already showed them. That's how sorry I am. I reuse like labels, but right, Green Lantern, giant size X-Men #1. First appearance of a lot of these folks, and depending on who you go for, the appearance of Wolverine. So really, really happy to have this one. Yeah, it's really not as great on the screen. I don't know why. It's really not, but it's pretty badass. Another one that I found at a comic book shop out of town was Tomb of Dracula #10, first appearance of Wesley Snipes. No, Blade, right? First appearance of Blade. Really, really happy to have that. These next two are stealth buys. That's actually the top 2 stealth buys that I gotten. So this one was found at Atlanta Comic Con. All right, X-23 #1, the Delato variant. That's how much I paid. So really, really happy, because if you guys are chasing or know about this book, it's really expensive. The next one was at the LCS here, and yeah. So Gotham City Sirens #1, the variant by J.G. Jones. Just an awesome, awesome cover. I remember seeing it on the wall, and I saw the price on it. I was like, let me look at that. And then talk them down even more from that price. So really, really happy. And for those of you who know who my favorite characters are, this is definitely one of them. Nightwing, Tales of Teen Titans #44. It was signed by George Perez this year, actually 4 days after my birthday. So I literally drove almost 15 hours just to get his signature. Really, really happy. This one you probably saw, well, I know, actually these next two, you saw my last haul. Now, when it comes to Adam Hughes and the Wonder Woman and the Catwoman run, I guess I have an unpopular opinion, because the money books are not really the books I really care for. That came out wrong. I like them, but they're not my favorite from those runs. Like, for instance, this one, right, Wonder Woman 172, 9.8, signed by Adam Hughes. I had him sign this at Atlanta Comic Con. Now, this book should have been signed last year at Mark Walter's show, the Dallas Comic Show. However, I left the book at the house. So, fortunately for me, he showed up at Atlanta, and I had the book ready to go. Now, for most of you know, I'm a big Todd McFarlane fan. I'm also a big Batman fan, and if you watched the last video, you would have saw that I got Batman 423 first print, fortunately at a 9.8, signed by Mike DiCarlo here at Atlanta Comic Con. And yeah, so really, really happy. I was not expecting that 9.8. I guess my question to myself is it worth cracking it open? Because I can get 2 more signatures, right? Jim Starlin and Tom McFarlane, but is it worth it? But if I go by history, any book that I have cracked has never been downgraded. It's always been the same or higher. So now, some original art that I'm happy to own. Got this at Alamo City Comic-Con, right? Pretty badass Nightwing by Jason Metcalf. Super, super awesome. This one was Dallas Fan Expo by John Boy, right? Original art from page 18 of Resurrection, Spawn Resurrection #1. Right, John Boy. Really, really, like, as a matter of fact, I think this is the only one I have. The only Spawn. However, I'm working on getting another one. Just got to agree on a price. So, pretty cool. Spawn Resurrection #1, page 18. And then the two books that are undoubtedly, or the two things that are just top for this year, if I was to do like a straight up top for each category. One is The Incredible Hulk number 181, CGC'd at a 5.5, right? First full appearance of Wolverine. I was fortunate enough, where was this at? Was this Atlanta? I think at Atlanta Comic-Con. I was able to get this. Fortunate enough to get it literally right before this thing blew up. And I was even more fortunate to get it lower what he was asking, because the case back here is cracked, right? You see it? So, and to be honest with you, this is like the best looking 5.5 I've ever seen, because it looks like a 5.045. But really happy, really, really happy. And then the top boy that y'all should know is this little guy, right? A quick sketch of Spawn by Jim Lee. Pretty awesome. Yes, it's still in the top loader. I haven't done anything because I haven't done anything with my room. So, really happy. Again, this is just a small glance. I could have gone hours on stuff that I got, although this year was obviously less stuff I was able to hunt for due to there's nothing around here. Nothing. Like barely any cons and stuff. So, highlight for me was definitely Fan Expo. Going out to dinner with a lot of the YouTube family. Just talking smack, all about comics. Saw Hazel Dan, the Great Legend, just plenty of the other people. I'm going brain fart right now. But that's it. That's all I have. I figured I'll do it now because I am pretty much done buying anything for this year. I should not receive anything. There would have been another book in here. However, that book is being graded. So, if you guys want to show off anything, then go ahead. However, Sunshine, Dressier, and Triple C. Let's go with All About Comics and Programming. Do your highlight. All right. Again, December 15th and 16th on the Great Legends Show, a charity auction going on. So, see you next year.